Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now September 30th of 2023, and given that Disney is in full panic mode right now for multiple reasons, not just because of what's been going on with Snow White 2024, the live-action remake, but also with what's going on with the upcoming The Marvels, which by the way is still slated for its November 10th release date. As of right now, the movie Wish is really their only saving grace for 2023, and if that even is a success at the box office, it's still not enough to create enough traction for success throughout all of 2024, which is already going to be off to a bad start with Snow White. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new, and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, one thing about Bob Iger is that we all know that he is doing something diabolical right now. He is literally trying to take down every other studio that serves as a major competitor against themselves. We already know that he's doing this with Paramount/Skydance to take down the Mission Impossible franchise, which, by the way, Tom Cruise openly made it clear that these movies are going to keep on going, even without, Ethan Hunt. Even if he retires from the plot, they're going to keep making these movies and keep moving forward with those movies. And Disney is really afraid of that. That's why they're creating that new spy film franchise that we talked about weeks ago, that they will be officially announcing by early next year, so stay tuned for that. But what's even all the more revealing is exactly what strategic plan that Bob Iger has now put in place between himself and the Disney Board of Directors is to take down Netflix and their success with One Piece. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen One Piece. It is amazing. You don't have to watch the anime. It is very much like Cobra Kai, where you can just watch that show and have never seen the Karate Kid films. It just works perfectly. It flows very well, and I suggest it to everybody. Now, what's interesting, though, is that with Disney now in a current state of panic over various studios with their success and upcoming releases, such as Paramount with their MI movies, and Netflix with the latest success since Cobra Kai and One Piece adapted into live action now, Disney is now creating a strategic plan to take down and destroy Netflix and their attempt with One Piece to be the game-changing show, since Cobra Kai, by the way, is coming to an end with Season 6, and along with Stranger Things as well. Now, the current plan right now between Bob Iger and the board is to fully establish a Pirates of the Caribbean reboot TV show on Disney Plus that will work hand in hand with the upcoming reboot movies. Disney reportedly feels very frightened over the latest success of One Piece and how its new pirate craze show, Disney is acting quickly to take on the competition by establishing a Pirates reboot spin-off show, and that they are even open to releasing the show before the reboot film drops in theaters, just to compete against Netflix earlier on, before they are able to get 3 whole seasons of One Piece out. This was a full-fledged proposal made by Bob Iger that was recently presented to the Disney board in their latest emergency meeting over the purge of Disney Plus TV shows and Star Wars/Marvel projects, as they now want to place all bets on newer material on streaming to compete against Netflix for streaming and/or Paramount for movies and theaters. So, again, let me just say one thing about this real quick that's really showing Bob Iger's true colors, is that Disney cannot create anything new. They cannot come up with an original plan. This is coming from the same company, by the way, that really just fully embraced, retelling the same exact thing over and over. This is exactly why they're doing a Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. They can't create something original. And they feel that by debuting this plan to throw a Pirates reboot spin-off show on Disney Plus, that they are going to be able to compete against One Piece. Let me just put this out here. You know why One Piece is so very successful? Well, number one, what it has going for it is that it's a live-action adaptation of a popular anime. Alright? It already has a large fan base that's tuning in, but number two, it has no DEI, forced agenda nonsense, and it focuses purely on story, character development, and plot development, and it just works. It flows so perfectly to the point where you don't even have to watch the anime. I'm speaking from the heart here. check out this show. If you have not seen it before, give it like maybe one episode or two, just to kind of test it and see how you like it. And you will realize that you don't have to have any experience with the anime to really know what is going on, and to actually get, pretty much, encased in the overall story arc. Now, what's interesting about this is the fact that Disney feels so frightened over the fact of One Piece being such a big success and how it does not need a DEI agenda. I think it's more than them being frightened. I think that they feel that this is going to be a big nail in the coffin for them and their DEI agenda, which, by the way, I've talked about this many times, is being pushed by BlackRock and Vanguard, some of the top shareholders over at Disney, pushing that nonsense. But let's move on further, alright? So, One Piece, which is adapted from the popular anime, is something Disney officially views as a Pirates reboot killer, and they are taking action at full speed to surprise Netflix and their success with this show at all costs via their latest emergency meeting between Iger and the board to create a small-scale Pirates TV show for Disney Plus that they are trying to expedite and get released as early as late 2025. With the Pirates movie already written, they are now hunting down writers to write up a 8-episode series script in as little as 10 weeks to get the ball rolling on this project that is now only in early development. Disney also is actually doubling down on marketing for this new pirate TV show behind the scenes to compete against One Piece altogether. So from what it sounds like, again, this is Bob Iger really being a strategist here, trying to pull the trigger earlier on than usual, trying to compete against Netflix, and Netflix is smart. They know and they knew that they needed a show like One Piece that has no agenda-driven nonsense, that does not really fully embrace anything ultra-woke or anything like that, and this is exactly why Cobra Kai has succeeded. It has a lot of great examples like that. And Disney is fully aware that Netflix right now is in a good position because they're not running out of content. They know where to stop things. They don't overuse material. They're very smart to end Cobra Kai at a season 6. They're very smart to end Stranger Things. I believe it's coming out next year. Correct me if I'm wrong. And not just that, Netflix is going to keep coming up with more original material, more live-action adaptations that are going to be properly portrayed in this upcoming, series of movies and or TV shows. That's what they want to do. So overall, like I say, Bob Iger is feeling very frightened right now. He knows that his reputation is on the line. He knows that his legacy is on the line. And he is fully aware that what's going on with the upcoming The Marvels, Snow White the live-action remake, and let's not forget about The Acolyte, which, by the way, is going to be a terrible Star Wars live-action adaptation series, by the way, that's taking elements from the Old Republic and really stealing ideas from that and throwing it into this show. Well, we'll talk about all that a little bit later in the week, but what's interesting about this, guys, is that Bob Iger is really doubling down again. I would like to hear what you all have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.